Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Today we got one of those LJN classics, Back to the Future. Now, Back to the Future, along with Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and Back to the Future 1 through 3, the trilogy, they were my favorite movies when I was a little kid. I memorized it. I memorized all the dialogue. I would reenact the scenes. Still have to have a little Delorean along my side. There's been a lot said about this game over the years, primarily through the Nintendo nerd, who we know does not like the LJN Rainbow. I don't particularly like them either, although I don't think they necessarily made absolute shit games all the time. When we were kids, we bought games based on the title. I think me especially, because I didn't buy them usually. We didn't get them through the store, like, first hand, like first sale. We usually got them through a second-hand store. Flipside Records is what I remember. So most of my games were used back then, but they still cost a lot. Some of them still have the price tag. This one doesn't. So I couldn't even see the box cover. All I knew, and it was locked too. Like, I remember, like, all the games were in a glass container, and all you could do was see the title. That's all you could do. So, like, all we had going was the title. What did it sound cool? And a lot of games were bought based on how cool it sounded, or name recognition. And in this case, Back to the Future, and as we all know, LJN had the monopoly on licensed games back then. They did not do the most impressive job with them, but I don't think they did god awful with this one. Now, my memories from this game back then have a lot of frustration. I do remember being frustrated with this game, but I don't remember hating it. That was par for the course with Nintendo back then. Games were hard, and you played them over and over again until you mastered them, and I did win this game as a kid. It's been a very long, I don't think I was that satisfied. I don't absolutely love it. It's not one of my favorites, because I haven't actually played this game in at least 10 years, and that would have been on an emulator. And before the emulator, again, over 10 years before that. I don't think I've played this game on the actual NES since 1990, 1991. Yeah, it's been a long time. It was not that special of a game, but I don't remember hating it. I'd like to pop this sucker in and see what we have going for us. I did play this once yesterday just to see if I needed to brush up on my skills at all, because I did want to win this one for you guys, and I got to the very end. I did not win the game, but I got to the last level, so I think I'm gonna have a chance of winning. And it's like a glove. I think I've memorized all of it from my childhood, even though I haven't played it really. I haven't played it regularly in years. 20 years. Probably. But I think I got a chance of winning it. Let's pop it in. Back to the Future. See if I still remember how to play it. I played it yesterday, so yes, I do. Start off with a map screen, which is a nice touch. Not mad at that. I like map screens in games back then. Hill Valley, stage 1. We start off with 4 lives. Gotta collect these clocks to make sure this picture down here does not fade away like it does in the movie. It fades away and you will disappear from existence. You pick up bowling balls to hit people for points. Watch out for these annoying fucking bees. Watch out for that motherfucker.
Get the clocks. Get all the clocks you can. The Bs are worth a hell of a lot. Gotta have a lot of reflexes for this game. And you get the skateboard and you go a hell of a lot faster. I think I remember the nerd saying it's better not even to have the fucking skateboard. He's full of shit. It is absolutely better to have the skateboard. You go so much faster, and as long as you have a little bit of fucking reflexes. I gotta say, for back then, I think the reflexes... I don't know if I was born with great reflexes, but if I wasn't, it's 100% because of the NES. And the NES specifically. It's not computer games in general or console games. It's the NES. NES Hard is what they call it. And it was the NES. If I wasn't born with great reflexes, it was the NES that gave them to me. Here we go. You can shoot. If you shoot the clocks, I don't think it actually gives you the credit. So try not to shoot the clocks. Well, the bowling balls are worth quite a bit too. Get all those clocks you can. As long as you have some reflexes, you should be good with this game. I did kill myself a few times when I played it yesterday, but I'm doing pretty damn good so far. You can get up to 99 bonus, it depends on the time. And you have a clock running down. If the clock runs out, you will die, but if you just get hit and fall down, you don't die. Not as long as that picture remains, you're okay. So you can fall on your ass as much as you need to. Oh shit. Oh good. I'm good. I'm good. I seriously have not played this game in at least 10 years. And I haven't played it on the actual NES in even longer. But I did play it all the time back in the day. Like I don't remember loving it, but I remember playing it a lot, because when you got a game, you played it. Even if you hated it, you played it all the time because that's all you had. You might get lucky if you got a game a month or whatever. Mostly it was in the holidays. So you got them and you played them over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Anyway, I think you've seen enough of me playing. I think let's give you a close-up view. And I will meet you at the cafe. Where the hell that is. Louis Cafe. Bullies to go. Hopefully I can pause it here. Well, I'll show you one with me on the camera here. Why not? These things were difficult as a kid. And they're not super easy now. I think you gotta get a certain amount. 50, I think. Gotta knock 50 on their ass in order to progress. You don't, you lose a life, and you have to go all the way back and play the last level again, which is terrible. Again, the placement is not obvious. It's very hard on some of these levels to understand where the placement is, and I got this far a lot as a kid, and I would die, and it was terrible. I hated seeing this level, but you got used to it eventually. Oh god, I fucked up. And we're gonna have to die and go back again, which sucks. Ouch! They sure threw you out in a hurry. Fuck you. So it sends you back to the last one, which really, yeah, this is frustration. This is absolutely frustrating. I don't have my skateboard anymore. I don't have my bowling ball. Anyway, get you back when I'm there again.
The cafe level is complete once you've knocked down 50 bullies, at least. You can go all the way up to 99 and win legitimately, but as long as you have 50, you will pass the level. You also have like a special move. I forget which button combination it is, but it will kill everybody on the screen. And you get a chance to refill that a couple times when the waitress comes by and gives you a shake. That's the cafe level, and I think that is the hardest of them all these special stages. If you can master that one, you should be set for the game, other than the final level, but after each special area that you go to, each location, the scenery changes a little bit. You get a color palette swap. I think it is trying to change the time of day, I guess. So I guess the first stage was in the morning. Now we're in the dead heat of noon, I guess. I have to say, after seeing so much hate for this game over the last 10 years and playing it again for the first time in 10 years, I have to say they're wrong. It's a good game. There's nothing, especially for a child, playing this game. This is fun. Got everything you could ever want for in a game. It's basically a top-down shooter, except you have a lot more control than a normal top-down shooter. You're collecting things. You're shooting things. Get that skateboard and you're going fast. It's fun. I tend to think the actual normal stages of this game, and they get progressively harder and harder, but there's nothing bad about this part of the game. You can say it has nothing to do with Back to the Future, and you would be correct. Although there's skateboards. You do have that fading photo. I don't know. I think this one adheres to the plot as much as any movie-based tie-in ever did back then. So, yeah, this one gets too much hate. And I understand it because it is, it's ripe for fodder, you could say. And there's a lot of humor that you can throw at this thing. I do not blame the Nintendo nerd at all for it. I completely accept him making fun of this stuff. But he's wrong. It's a good game. And here's the second area, which might cause you some difficulty. It caused me some difficulty at first, the first time I played it the other day. Yes, because of the color. The colors of the hearts and the color of the boards. There's just too much brown going on in this. The red and the brown mixed together, and it's hard for your eyes to get used to this. But if you can get used to it, if you can get that groove going, this is actually easier than the cafe stage. And I also have to say that for anybody that thinks an emulator looks better than the actual machine on a CRT, you're insane. Look up this online. Look up this playing on an emulator or a capture card, and then compare it to my video, and you will see that all footage of this online is puke colors compared to what I just showed you right there. It looks fantastic on a real CRT, and all Nintendo games really look bad on a capture card or an emulator. I don't know what it was, but those CRTs, I'm not saying it's not defects. There's nothing wrong. People like to say, oh, it's defects in the CRT. You're just seeing, of course, it kind of looks like there are more colors because of the defects in the CRT. No, I am saying, without a doubt, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, a CRT looks better. Nothing whatsoever to do with nostalgia. I'm saying, objectively speaking, you put a CRT and an LCD together, and you will prefer the CRT. And that's absolutely true. These things look fantastic. And again, we got another change in scenery. The sun is setting, I guess, for this one, and we go to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, which I found this to be the easiest of them all, although I think I had a lot of trouble with this one as a kid, because the mechanics are very different, and you have to, it's kind of a little puzzle element, because you have to understand that you have notes coming here, and the bass notes will always go to the bottom, and the regular notes always go in the middle, and the sharps always go to the top. And as a kid, I did not really understand. As a kid, I was just going by reflexes. Okay, where's this one gonna go? Where's that one gonna go? So I had a lot of problems with this level as a kid, but now that I know that, they're always going to go in the same spot, so you can see them as soon as they come onto the screen, you know where they're going to go, and I'm not going to miss a single one this time, and it's that easy. And our parents kiss for the first time, and I guess we're saved. Doesn't that mean we're saved? I believe the photo is supposed to stop fading once that happens, but because we're going to be born now, right? We're born. Whether we get to the future or not shouldn't matter at this point. So So there's a little plot hole for you. I think the photo will fade still. Bullshit right there. But now we are in, I don't know, this one kind of makes it, again, I guess it's the evening now. Yeah, I don't like this one because it's too much like the morning one. It's too much like the beginning one. But this is actually the hardest level, normal level in the entire game right here. You really need the skateboard here. Even if just for a couple, just that little 10 seconds on the skateboard there helped me out tremendously. Because the bees are so terrible in this one. And I actually had to play this game a few times. Because I'm not going to finish on the first go here, but yeah, this level gave me more trouble than any of the other levels. The bees are just ferocious in this one, and you don't have any spare time. If you get hit twice is the most you can get hit in this level, and survive on your feet. And twice might even be too much. I think you even if you get hit twice, you still need that skateboard at least a little bit of the way, or else you run out of time and die. So this is the worst one. You'll have the most problems with this one, but if you can get it, I think you'll have no problems through the rest of the game, especially if you can manage to hang on to that skateboard. So the reason I'm doing this game anyway is because I think it's October 23rd of this year. That is when Doc and Marty goes to the future in 2015. So this is Back to the Future 2 we're actually talking about, but yeah, they actually come into the future in 2015 on October 23rd, I believe. Although there's been plenty of memes over the last like 4 years saying it's this date or it's that date. It's ridiculous. Or 2015 has been ridiculous. Like every month they say, oh, today's the day that they come to the future. No, it's actually this month, October 23rd, I believe. So that's why I'm doing this. Even though it's not Back to the Future 2. I don't want to play Back to the Future. I will play Back to the Future 2, and I don't hate that one either. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Give it a little Back to the Future, and I'm going to go to the Redford Theater in Detroit on October 23rd and actually watch Back to the Future 2 on 35mm film as it was intended. It's going to be great, and here's the last level, and this one's going to give you a lot of problems. You have to get up to 88 miles per hour while you have lightning striking every fucking bit of the road, and if you don't get it on time, you're going to have a sigh of pain like me there. Tough luck, Marty. Looks like you're stuck here. Fuck you. And, is that one life? Okay, fine, let's do it again. Oh, no! Back to the Future. Let's press start to play. So, anyway. I had to play it again. Here's the second time going through. Playing every single level again. And there is no trick to this level. It's pure luck. Maybe you could memorize this. I couldn't memorize it. I don't know. I don't think, even when you look at this online, they get hit by the fucking thing. So there's no way to go through this without getting hit. You will get hit. You will have pain. You will slow down. And you won't make it. Yeah, because that's 40 fucking minutes of my life wasted trying to win this stupid game. I know I said I liked it earlier, but this is the stuff that makes you hate the game. And this is what I understand. I understand people hating the game because you can't win it. It's so damn difficult when you have to start the entire game over again. That is unacceptable bullshit. No continues, no lies. All those lives you've racked up don't matter. And again, right there I'm thinking, I'm going to have to do this again. But the third time is a charm, and I hit 88 right on the money. Booyah. Right as the lightning struck. Congratulations, Marty, you've made it back. All your time travel's behind you now. Maybe. What a terrible ending. No better than the bad ending. It's a terrible ending. It does not make you feel good in the least. Anyway, let's pop this sucker out and do some post-commentary.
Nothing like a nice warm NES cartridge. So warm. So final opinion on Back to the Future after revisiting it for the first time in at least 10 years. Yeah. Wow, it got frustrating at the end because once you get to the final level, that's it. That's all you have. You can win it or you start all the way back to the beginning. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many lives you collected, how much lives you earned, you're thrown back to the beginning, and that causes a lot of frustration, because that just means you gotta fucking go back and do all those damn stages again. And the stages are fine. You really gotta have the skateboard towards the end of the game if you have any hope, because those bees will kick your ass. Kinda hated the ending more than I hated Roger Rabbit, another LJN game. And Roger Rabbit has one of the worst boss battles in the history of video games. One of the hardest boss battles, and I still kind of hated this more. It was more frustrating, because at least when you die in that one, you have the rest of your lives left. And if you write down the continue code, you can go back and do it again. So at least you have that. You can keep trying over and over again until you get it, or you're frustrated to death and you quit. This one, you got to go all the way back to the beginning, and that's worse. That's worse. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible game. Yeah, it's fun. It has its moments. It's kind of fun. It's a little nonsensical at parts. Bees have nothing to do with Back to the Future. All the shit that's in the road has nothing to do with Back to the Future. But it's okay. I like it, kind of. I don't like it enough to play it again for another 10 years, probably. But it's kind of remarkable that I still have all of those skills. It's etched into my brain forever. And that's kind of remarkable. How a game that's not great, you can remember. And it has its moments. It's Back to the Future. It's kind of cool. It's... yeah, you see things online, and it's not just the nerd either. Like, a lot of people hate this game. It's like, you want to play Back to the Future? Don't. Yeah, no, it's worth playing. It's kind of fun. And if you have some reflexes, I think you can beat it. It's not very rewarding of an ending. It's pretty terrible, but it's not terrible. Not a terrible LJN game. It's alright. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later. I have nothing to point you to.